Welcome.
Oh, and it's a picture of a spooky skull. Yes, I've decided to try and rename this section to something else. I'm calling it Games on the Brain, at least until I get bored. I just figured I had to find a use for that skull. It was kind of acting as a stand for my Oculus Rift for a long time, so now it is hosting a video game. Today it's Dodgem. I got a big bundle of Atari VCS games, or Atari 2600 games, and I'm trying to actually avoid playing them until I can do an internet playthrough, so hence having a look at this for the first time. So Dodgem, basically early enough Atari VCS game. It is based very loosely on the concept of bumper cars, as we call them in Ireland, or Dodgems as I think you English people call them, apparently. Basically, yeah, Dodgems, bumper cars, same thing. You drive a small car and you supposedly try and avoid the other electrically powered cars, but really you're just trying to ram them. It's some sort of, mutual suicide pact by electrically powered car. But of course it's all fun because you got big bumpers in your cars and whatnot. Hence the name bumper cars, as opposed to Dodgems, because nobody in their right mind ever dodges. But anyway, this is Dodgem. As you can see, it is a game involving a brown spider and a green crab, which are, as far as I can tell, supposedly cars, and they basically go around a maze because it's an early 1980s game, and that's what they all had to have, was a maze with dots in it. And it's rather unusual. From what I can tell from looking at the instructions, of which I didn't really get many, you control one of the cars and you have to basically veer out of the way of the other suicidal driver, also picking up points, and picking up points by picking up dots, because again, the 80s. So let's have a look. There's going to be a brief pause while I leg it over the other side of the room and hit start on the Atari VCS. This is all live, by the way. Being played on a proper live Atari. So, right. Okay, this guy, the blue car, really wants to die, badly. So, from what I can tell, the trick is to speed up by pressing the start button. No! Sorry, by pressing the Atari's button. And try and be changing lanes whenever he is not changing lanes, because he will just aim at your lane. And that sounds really simple, but it's actually quite hard. So hang on. Really professional setup here. Okay, so right. There's no reverse in these cars, so there we go. It's very hard to get your head around it. It's interesting, I'll give it that. It was, again, like, it's one of those Atari games that you can just say it was from a simpler time, and it's like the idea of a flash game, really, except you paid about 30 quid for it back in the day. But the two-player game as well, which is you take turns driving the spider. I mean, brown car. It does look like a spider. Look, it's creepy crawly up the wally. And then basically the other two-player game is with the blue car being controlled by the second player and the brown car being controlled by the first player, and basically it's ramming speed, Mr. Sulu, and you basically, I think the idea is the blue car gets points from ramming the brown car, and the brown car gets points by dodging, hence the name, the blue car. So if they released over here, it'd be called Bumpers, and you would play as the blue car, but there you go, because it was released in America, it's called Dodgems. And for some reason, as you can see there, instead of showing them as Dodgem cars, they show them as weird 1920s cars. And is it a like the guy behind looks like it's a, hang on, let's see if I can zoom in a bit. Zoom in and enhance. Is that a motorcycle with a rear car at the back? Oh, I don't care. Yeah, so there you go. It's kind of fun. Supposedly, if you can hit a score of 1080, you get a kill screen. I honestly don't think I have the muscle memory to do that, because it's quite, even though it's a simple concept, it's actually quite hard to get your brain around moving at exactly the right time. And it's not a huge amount of fun, to be honest, after the first couple of minutes. But again, as I said, a lot of these 1980s kind of Atari VCS games, they're relics of the era. I mean, you can't look at them, you can't review them the same way, or treat them in the same way you look at, say, Skyrim or or Grand Theft Auto 5 or something. So, I mean, it's a decent enough game. It's fun for a few minutes. I'd say it's probably more fun if you're playing 2-player and if you're both heavily drunk. But then again, that's really, you know, describes most things, except possibly driving real cars. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time with another short Atari review.